With the 2018 NBA All-Stars recently announced while Team LeBron ticks on Team Steph in the new format, many of you guys might have forgotten that certain players from this era quietly made the All-Star team. What's up guys, my name is Wilson. Here are 5 forgotten All-Stars from this decade. Chris Kaman. The 7-foot center made his first All-Star game as a reserve in the 2010 season for the replacement of the injured Brandon Roy. After Kaman's selection was announced, he was having a stellar season, averaged a career-high 18.5 points, finished with 9.3 rebounds, despite the Clippers having one of the worst records that season with a 29-53 record. Selected as the 6th overall pick in the historic 2003 NBA draft, Kaman didn't really live up to expectations in the early parts of his career, averaged less than 10 points a game in each of his first 3 seasons. It wasn't until after the injuries to Shaun Livingston and Elton Brand for the majority of the 07-08 season that Kaman emerged as one of the best centers in the NBA, averaged 15.7 points, 12.7 boards to go along with 2.8 block shots in 2008, and was awarded as an All-Star 2 seasons later. During the time Kaman was selected, he was averaging a career-high 20.2 points, 9 rebounds, and shooting nearly 50% from the field. Gerald Wallace. Known as a good role player, playing for multiple teams throughout his career, Wallace was indeed the first Bobcat in franchise history to become an All-Star. Often doubted by teammates and coaches in his early days with Sacramento, people forget Wallace had a nightmare start to his career in his first 3 seasons. Selected as a late first round pick in 2001, Wallace didn't even average 5 points a game over his first 3 seasons, but took full advantage of his opportunity in Charlotte and built a reputation as one of the hardest working players in the league with his grind, defense, and hustle. The 6'7" forward averaged 18.2 points and 10 rebounds in 2009-2010, while also earning himself a spot on the All-NBA defensive first team, joining the likes of Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. As the best player for his team that season, he led the Bobcats to the playoffs despite being swept by the Magic in the first round. Wallace was then traded to the Blazers the following season, and then to the Nets. That still backfires to this day because of the first round pick that turned out to be Damian Lillard. Wallace last played for the Boston Celtics in the 2014-15 season and had a pretty solid career as a role player. Brook Lopez. Best known as the leading scorer in Nets franchise history, Lopez had a stellar tenure in his first 9 seasons with the team. After moving from New Jersey to Brooklyn, the Nets had a solid season in 2012-2013, finished as a 4 seed with a 49-33 record. Considered a playoff team that can give the East some competition, Lopez actually did not get voted in at first, as many Nets fans were furious. With the injured Rajon Rondo, who tore his ACL, Lopez earned a spot as a replacement. When Lopez was officially announced as an All-Star, the 7-footer was averaging 18.6 points, 7.3 rebounds to go along with 2.2 block shots in the first 38 games of that season. Surprisingly, Lopez was the only Net to be voted in as an All-Star that year, with Darren Williams being left off because of his early struggles that season. 2013 would be the first and likely the only time Lopez will be an NBA All-Star, even though he's only 29 years old. The following year, he only played 17 games due to a season-ending foot injury. Lopez continued to put up solid numbers for the Nets and had 4 total seasons where he averaged over 20 points a game. Tyson Chandler. Best known as an excellent role player and currently in his 17th season with the Suns, Chandler has had a pretty successful career, best known for winning a championship with the Dallas Mavericks in 2011. Chandler was always an elite defensive player with limited offensive skills and was never really viewed as an all-star caliber player. After winning Defensive Player of the Year in 2012, Chandler and the Knicks had their best season in 2013 with a 54-28 record led by Carmelo Anthony. Chandler too earned a spot in the All-Star game that season in his 12th year in the league. So why did it take so long for Tyson to finally become an All-Star? Labeled as a bust a few years after being drafted as the 2nd overall pick in 2001, Chandler suffered plenty of injuries and had been on bad teams. The 7'1" center finally became relevant with the Hornets while playing alongside Chris Paul, was a vital part of that championship team in Dallas, and was a big reason why the Knicks actually performed decently during his 3-year tenure in the Big Apple. Right before that All-Star break, Chandler was averaging 12 points, 11 rebounds, while shooting close to 70% from the floor as one of the best centers in the league during that period. Jrue Holiday. In his ninth season in the league playing for the Pelicans, Holiday actually made the All-Star team with the 76ers in 2013 and had his best overall season, averaging nearly 18 points and 8 assists. In fact, Holiday is the youngest player in Sixers franchise history to be named an All-Star at 22 years old. It's fair to say that Holiday fully deserved to be put on the team due to the struggling 76ers, who went 0-4 without their all-star point guard, while the average margin of defeat in those games were 13 points. The Sixers finished with a 34-48 record that season and missed the playoffs, finishing as a 9th seed. Another reason why Philly was so bad was because of the injured Andrew Bynum, who never even played a game for the Sixers. Holiday was then traded right after the season to New Orleans in exchange for Nerlens Noel and the 2014 first-round pick, which turned out to be Elfrid Payton. Holiday might never make the All-Star team again now that he's in the tough Western Conference, but can be a difference maker and will need to play at an All-Star level to help the Pelicans make the playoffs now that DeMarcus Cousins is out for the rest of the season with a torn Achilles. In case you didn't know, Holiday is just 27 years old, playing good basketball, and is at the very prime of his career. Two of my most honorable mentions include David Lee and Luol Deng. The two were both named to the All-Star teams twice. While Lee was first chosen to replace the injured Allen Iverson in the 2010 All-Star game, Lee became the first Knick in 9 years to make the team since Allen Houston and Latrell Sprewell, averaged 20.2 points and 11.7 boards. The 6'10" power forward also made the All-Star team with the Golden State Warriors in the 2013 season, posting up 18.5 points and 11.2 rebounds, which was a very controversial decision because his teammate Stephen Curry got snubbed out. Quite amusing enough, Lee became the first Warriors All-Star since yet again Latrell Sprewell in '97, ending a 16-year drought. Luol Deng made the team in both 2012 and 2013, selected as a reserve. It was the first time since '97 when two Bulls made the team in Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Deng also averaged 15.3 points that season, but was one of the best defensive players in the league, making all defensive second team. In 2013, Deng averaged a team-high 16.5 points, making the team alongside Joakim Noah, while the defensive-minded Bulls won 45 games without Derrick Rose and knocked off the Nets in the first round of the playoffs. Now towards the end of this decade, there probably won't be any forgotten All-Stars in 2018, many years from now, due to the great talent level of today's NBA. Thank you so much for watching this video. Who else would you consider as a forgotten All-Star that I haven't mentioned? Let me know in the comments below. I talk NBA comparisons, predictions, intriguing storylines, and anything that will interest you. More good stuff coming soon. Have a good day. See you next time.